All right, this video we're talking about prone pistol shooting, so stay tuned.
Yeah, the other team's moving in the background,
All right, prone pistol shooting. It's one of those pistol shooting skills that most people just kind of neglect, right? And it's a mistake, right? You definitely need to go out to the range and practice shooting from the prone position. You don't have to do it all the time, but every so often, you definitely need to practice this skill, because the last thing you want to do is have to shoot from the prone position when you've never even practiced it right. Now, fortunately, prone pistol shooting is still pistol shooting, right? You're still going to grip the pistol as you normally would. You're going to line the sights. You're going to have a good trigger press. So it's still shooting a pistol. The only real different variable is you're in the prone position. You're in a different angle, right? So it's really not that difficult to do, but you definitely need to practice, because the key is being effective at getting in and out of those positions to take the shot when it really counts, right? Now, a couple of reasons you might find yourself in the prone position, right? Number one is you're out in the open, there's not a lot of cover, and you need to make yourself a small target, right? So you drop down to the prone position and you take your shots from there, right? That's probably the most common reason you would find yourself shooting a pistol from the prone position. Another option, you are behind cover, but it's just a low port is the best angle to shoot from, right? So you have to get under it in the prone position to take that shot. Maybe a vehicle or kind of a gap in a wall, something like that. The other reason, which we'll get to at the end of the video, kind of the bonus tips on prone pistol shooting, is you may start off going hands-on. Now you find yourself on your back in what I would call kind of that guard position, right, for jiu-jitsu guys, and you have to take a shot from your back, right, which is kind of a hybrid prone, but you're still on the ground, so I'm going to consider that a prone position, right? So we're going to discuss the variables to shooting in those different positions, and I'm going to give you some tips to be effective at each one. So let's get to it. All right, so we're going to transition to the prone position to take the shots here, right? So step number one is get in the prone position. I to use my support hand side. I place it on the ground as base and simply kick out, right? Be careful now with the pistol, though. You got to be more cognizant, because it is a small barrel or shorter barrel, that you don't flag yourself, right? As soon as you get in the prone position, step one is going to be to roll onto your dominant side, right? As you can notice, I have a plate carrier on. My center of gravity is just too high, right? So I'm going to roll on to my right side. I'm going to kick my left leg, in this case, off to the left and put it flat for stability. At that point, I'm going to lower my head in line with my strong side arm that's on the ground. I'm going to grip the pistol as normal and take the shot. So it looked like this. Boom. Nice grip, side alignment, trigger press, and go. Now, if I have to take a shot out of further distance, little tip is called the golf grip, right? You're going to grab with your support hand side, kind of lower onto the pistol grip, and you're going to use the bottom of your support hand side on the ground and create what's called a monopod, right? I'm going to use that grip, put it on the ground. What that's going to do is stabilize the gun, and if I have to take that shot out at a further distance, let me get up so you can see it a little bit over here. At a further distance, you'll be able to get a lot more stable, right? So simply grab the gun by the bottom, place it on the ground, align the sights, and take the shots as you normally would. Just like that. All right, so the next position we'll talk about is kind of what I refer to as the guard, right? You find yourself on your back and you have to take the shot, right? The key to this is muzzle awareness, muzzle awareness, muzzle awareness, right? So what I like to do is I'll grip my pistol as normal, I'll punch forward, and then I'll bring my legs in and pinch the pistol, right? What that does is it ensures, number one, that my pistol is past my limb so I don't shoot myself by accident, and it stabilizes the gun, because not only am I gripping it, I can also use my knees to add further support and take the shots. As such, right? So that is what you would consider prone pistol shooting from the guard position, right? It could be at any angle, all the way up, all the way down. All right, option number two, transitioning from that guard position, is onto my side, right? So another option for that is I can place the pistol on my top knee, and what I like to do is I use my support hand side fist, and I place it in between my knees. And what that helps me do is I can use it for you snipers out there kind of as a sandstock, right? If I squeeze my hand, it brings my knees up, separates them, brings them up. And if I relax my hand, it brings my knees down, right? So it looks like this. place my knee again on my, place my gun on my knee, pass my limbs, right? Use my support hand side and take the shot. All right, another bonus tip for that is I like to apply downward pressure onto my knee. What that does is helps manage recoil, right? If I just leave it floating, it's gonna kick a lot because I'm shooting with one hand. If I press my kind of the base of my hand or my palm area into my knee downward, it helps manage recoil and I can get those follow-up shots, right? I'm gonna demo a couple on the left-hand side just so you can get a better view of it, right? So I'm gonna transition onto my left-hand side. I'm gonna place my gun on my knee, support hand side in between my knees, downward pressure, and take the shot. As you can see, I'm shooting left-handed, and there's very minimal recoil because I am stabilizing the gun by applying downward pressure into my knee, right? So that is option number 2 when you're shooting from on your back or on your side, right? So those are the kind of the prone positions there. All right, there you have it, prone pistol shooting. Like I said, not that difficult to do, but you definitely need to go out to the range and practice it. Practice from the traditional prone where the gun is to the front, roll over onto your side, and then work from your back, right? From the guard or from that modified side position, as they are all positions you may one day find yourself shooting from, right? As always, if you found this information valuable, don't forget to hit that like button and subscribe, as it truly does help. With that, stay safe and train hard.